Hello, I'm Ellen Caulper, and welcome to the Language of the Hand. In this segment, we're going to look at the heart line and simple things that you can tell right away about the emotional style of the individual whose hand you're reading. The heart line, if it is deep and clear, then the person has emotions that are steady and true and very deep. If the line is chained, islanded, frail, broken, then they may be very sentimental, but their emotions are more changeable, more fragile, not as steady and loyal perhaps as those deep, clear lines. Another thing to look at of great interest is, where does this heart line start? At first, before you begin to notice this, you may think they all start in the same place, but they don't. There are 3 different beginnings for the heart line, and each has a very distinct influence on the nature of the person. One heart line might start way deep under the finger of Jupiter, our index finger. And when it comes from there, the person is very idealistic about love, very romantic. These are people who might give up much for love just because of the romance and the feeling involved. They also have high ideals about how people should treat one another, and sometimes they're disappointed when they see how flawed all of us regular human beings are, because these people try and come from a very high altruistic place. Other heart lines begin right between the fingers of Jupiter and Saturn. Sometimes, as with my very own, they start right from the small indentation, just from the crease between the two of them, and they could even start the heart line lower down, as long as it is in the area between those two. This is the balanced position. People whose heart lines start there have a balance between reason and emotion. They can still love deeply, but they want to love sensibly, and they will not be carried away just by romance. They want everything to work, and they're practical. But once they've made a decision, they can love deeply and truly. The third position is when the heart line starts right in the vicinity under the middle finger, our finger of Saturn. That's a sensual heart line. That means these people need touch and love and sensuality. They're huggers. When you have a child whose heart line starts under Saturn, you have to give them 20 hugs a day. Even if they're still a grown-up, give them 20 hugs a day. They need touch to feel love. If you put that together with a big mound of Venus, you know they need love, and they're always hugging and touching and embracing their loved ones. If the heart line runs all the way smooth to the end, the person will have a clear and healthy heart all their life. If they are an Apollonian, watch for any conditions that take place on the heart line right under the finger of Apollo, because Apollo rules the heart. So you can see something about the likelihood of heart problems, which many people have, but especially the Apollonian type. It would be marked on the heart line directly under the finger that rules the heart. Here's one last tip. Heart lines either start singly, as I've drawn here, or they may start with a fork. And it can start in a fork in any of the locations. When the heart line starts in a fork, they're like arms that reach out to the world, and they welcome more people into their heart. When the heart line starts as a single line, then only a few enter the heart. They're for the very special people in their lives, and sometimes the rest of the world seems like shadows. But heart lines with forks, why, they welcome people into their heart. Sometimes those forks are very big, and they're almost like a branch. Like here, we have someone who is the balanced position, but open to people and welcoming. What if they had a branch over all the way to the romantic, idealistic position under Jupiter? Then the person has both of these things in them, and you have to accommodate for the fact that we are complex. If it's sensual and it starts with a fork, well, you can imagine how many nice experiences they would like to have and how they would like to touch a lot of people. I hope this information on the Heartline is influencing you, useful to you, and until next time, peace be with you.